the Quran tells us, O my son, establish regular prayer, enjoin what is just and forbid what is wrong, and bear with patience, constancy, whatever betide you, for this is fairness of purpose in the conduct of affairs. And then it also tells us, beware, we shall test you with something of fear and hunger, some loss in goods or lives or the fruit, but give glad tidings to those who patiently persevere, those who are sabirin, those who are having istiqama, those who are persistent. Persistence means that having explained a matter once or twice, a teacher should not conclude that these are third graders who have come and we have admitted them, we did a wrong decision, we should never allow them to be admitted, therefore I am wasting my time on this nuts. Now this is the most inappropriate judgment sometimes people make. I have always said that if Harvard and Princeton and Stanford have strict criteria for entrance, which means it must be only an A grader and higher A grader, and then they enter that university and graduate with a doctorate with higher grade, then what is the contribution of the university? Something was already polished, you further polished it. The achievement of Harvard would be they open their doors for a C grader and let him graduate with A plus. Then they can call themselves Harvard and Princeton and Yale and Stanford. I always tell my faculty members, your challenge is not a good lot of students. Your challenge is when you have a weak lot of students. Should we dump them, kill them, destroy them because they have less intelligence? Or we give them our hand, improve them and learn how to improve them and graduate them as high graders. This has to be the spirit. This has to be the objective. Therefore, perseverance means, patience means not just controlling anger, but patience means when I am explaining again and again, not just 3 times and story is over. No. Even if I have to explain 15 times, I do it and do it with humbleness and kindness and not with anger and body language, which shows very clearly that you are doing it with not a pleasant approach, but doing it willy-nilly. You are doing it just as something which is undesirable. Now, on the other hand, we find that Prophet, peace be upon him, even when someone came and was not talking appropriately, never lost his temper, never tried to come to the level of a person who is raising his voice or shouting. The Quran said very clearly, you who are believers, don't put your footsteps ahead of the Prophet. Don't raise your voice above his voice. Why the Quran would say it? The Quran said it because Prophet, peace be upon him, because of haya, will not himself tell people, when you come to me, keep your voice low. No, he will never say it. Allah will come and advise people that how you treat your leader. He is the best personality we have sent to you. Therefore, you have to be respectful. Does not mean that in the name of this respect, we stop anyone from expressing his or her feelings. The Quran at the same time tells us that the lady who has been wronged has a right to raise her voice, although Allah does not like raising voice. The sentence is very full of wisdom. Therefore, if someone at some time comes with a emotional statement, nothing wrong in that. The point is what the teacher is teaching. Is he teaching just stimulus response, as we call in psychology? Half of psychology is based on that stimulus SR relationship. Stimulus of libido and response immediately by Sigmund Freud. Stimulus of so and so by Skinner, response by Skinner immediately, behaviorist, and so on and so forth. Here it is not like that. Human beings are not rats. Rat psychology tells us, which is taught in every school in the world, that put a piece of cheese and rat will go and approach in the maze and get the cheese. This is how human behavior is taught. That's how a expert in psychology is supposed to look on human being as a mice who is always running after hungers. A teacher has to take a different approach of perseverance, of patience, of not jumping on conclusion. Therefore, the command of the Quran is highly important for those who are involved in this noble profession. I always call it, it's a mission, not a profession. Professions can be many. A cobbler is a professional, he makes stitches shoes. A surgeon is a professional. Cobbler stitches shoes, he stitches wounds. Both are stitching, both are professionals. A surgeon makes stitches which dissolve by themselves. A cobbler makes stitches which are very strong and not visible. Very strong and not visible. You call him a very good cobbler, and you call the other one a very good surgeon. But the point here is, teaching is not a profession, it's a mission. And mission means that you do it with your whole personality. You involve yourself fully. You are not doing it as a duration of 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day, 8 hours a day, and then think my job is over. If someone comes in teaching as a mission, then 24 hours of the day the person has to think, have I done justice to my material? Have I done justice to my students? Have I done justice to my research? Have I done justice to my responsibility as HOD, as Dean, as Vice Chancellor? And this person cannot remain in peace at all. Every day you will find, with all efforts you have done, something is missing and you need to improve. Therefore, when we say patience and perseverance, it's not just a matter of just the word sabr, but it's a matter of that ongoing approach with a mission, with a passion, with involvement. Next slide, please. The same is expressed in this ayah. Then will he be of those who believe and enjoin patience, constancy, and self-restraint, and enjoin deeds of kindness and compassion. Such are the companions of the right hand. These are the persons who are going to be successful. Ashabul Maimana. So the qualities given here are very, very important, that they not only have patience but tawasaw bis sabr. They also ask people, invite them and tell them to have sabr, and consequently they become deserving for the Allah's rahmah and blessing.